Greetings and welcome to Gnodcast with me, Chris Haslam, and fellow founding member Paddy Shine. We will be talking to members of the band past, present and future and other interesting folk we've met on our journey. To support this Gnodcast and for access to more Gnodness, please sign up to our Patreon at patreon.com/InNodWeTrust or check out our music on Bandcamp. God bless.
Mr. Mark Wagner.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, good. Good to see y'alls. Thanks for having me on the Gnodcast.
It's been a long time coming, as I was saying before we started recording, Mark. So it's great to have you on. And you're our first person to speak to in our kind of new season. We've had a bit of time off from doing the Gnodcasts. But you are going to be the first and of season 2. So yeah, we're delighted to have you, man. Yeah, it is. It's really good doing this podcast stuff because we get to chat to people who we haven't seen in ages a lot of the time, or people we don't really maybe chat to as much as we'd like to, and we also get to spread the word on what they're up to, because we do have a lot of people tune in via the YouTube or the Patreon, and it's just nice to keep the just fucking network sort of vibe. We're networking, we're keeping shit going. So, Mark, just give us a bit of background about yourself for anybody that might not be aware of what you're up to from our end, if you don't mind.
Sure. I mean, I'll kind of bring it up to speed because I guess it's some of it is more or less the same as last time we may have chatted or even worked together. Some of it has changed a bit, but creatively speaking, my background is in music and sound, among other mediums. But that's really the sort of primary mediums of choice. We know each other from a sort of experimental scene and playing in various bands and projects and collaborations and a lot of live performing, things like that. I focus a bit more on the sound art side of things these days. My work has turned a bit more inward, a bit more reclusive, so I work a lot just in my own time, in my own space. And I seem to like it that way these days. I guess one of the main focuses and thematics of my work is what I usually refer to as mysticism, or it's a certain metaphysical inquiry. So it's just this impulse or urge to try and always see what's happening behind the scenes. So there's a sense of wanting to understand the mechanisms behind vibrational phenomena, behind life, behind nature, behind humanity, behind all that good stuff. So that's really the primary sort of drive behind pretty much everything I do. Sometimes on the surface or at a glance, it might seem like I do quite a lot of different things because these days I even do guided walks, I do interactive experiences, I do installations. I've got a book coming out next year, but for me it's all the same work, and that's because there is that common thread that sort of permeates all of the work. It's all stems from the same drive, from the same inquiry, and from the same study, I guess.